Hi guys, welcome back to the Cocktails and Culture podcast with myself, Brigethia Arai.
And I'm Benjamin Coy.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. How you feeling? How you doing? How you looking? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, but it's hot as hell in DC.
Listen, it is very, very not cold outside. It is so hot that I don't know, it's just very hot. It's so hot that my asthma's acting up, which I'm from Florida. I'm used to the heat, but the humidity is so thick. It's really hard to breathe. Over here.
But we wanted hot weather. We did.
We asked for it.
We were tired of the cold. I'm grateful.
Yeah, I was tired of the cold.
But I seen something. They said ever since Glorilla said
it's 7 p.m. Friday.
95 degrees.
Yeah, she's the one that. Yeah, thank you, Glorilla, for what you did to us.
Let's not say that anymore.
Let's not.
You can bring it to about 80. I think 80 is pretty good for me. 85.
80 is a good. Actually, y'all, I don't know. It's hard for me because I am not mad. I love walking outside and feeling the heat immediately. I do love that. However, I do understand that when you're out there for a long time, doing activity, it does get hot.
I love a good 80, 85.
Okay, you know what? You're right. 80, 85 to go outside and actually do things. Yeah. I'll take that.
But when it's like 95, 98, it's too hot.
Okay.
It's way too hot for me. I'm not feeling it.
98 is rough. 95, I can do 95.
Okay,
I can do 95 at the end of the day. Because there's levels to it, right? You can't be outside in the heat in the middle of in the noontime. Like that's when the heat is really the heat.
Right, what if people got kids and they want to take their kids outside during the day?
Well, let's go at 2 o'clock when the sun rests a little bit, y'all. But speaking of that, child, we have a beautiful ray of sunshine today on the show. I'm very excited to welcome them.
So Liz is a lifestyle ambassador, a double organ transplant survivor, an in-demand speaker, content creator, and social media personality who boasts elevated style, effective beauty, mindful living, and glam travel through empowering messaging and beauteous imagery. Let's welcome Liz to the show.
Welcome.
Yay. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here with you today on this hot day. Feels like 110 outside.
It feels like 125. This is your reminder to just do the right thing, baby. Okay? Do the right thing.
And stay cool if you can.
Before we get into the culture, though, y'all, this is the Cocktails and Culture podcast. We must talk about our drink of the episode. And you know what, y'all? Brigethia and I decided to go back to something very nostalgic. Wow, I'm about to cry. Something very nostalgic, y'all. Our signature cocktail, our watermelon margarita. So this has tequila in it, reposado tequila to be exact. It has muddled watermelon juice, and a nice splash of ginger ale. It's very refreshing on a summer afternoon. I do apologize, friends, for not putting ice in here. It would have been even more refreshing. But cheers to cheers to that, y'all. Cheers to summer.
Cheers,
I love it.
Cheers. After having
Very
some
sweet.
tequila, we won't know if there's ice in there or not, so it won't matter.
No,
right,
that's true.
exactly.
See, I like the way you think for real. Yeah. To kick us off, we want to know, we asked our question of what are you streaming? What are you watching on Netflix? What are you listening to? What are you
Okay, so I am not somebody who really watches TV too much.
Okay,
when I
we're
was
on the
growing
same
up,
page.
I wasn't really allowed to watch TV, so I was all about music. And I love background noises and stuff, but when something is popular, then I'll just jump on and see what it's about, as long as it's not horror. Don't do horror
I
movies.
love you because same. I hate horror movies.
No,
it.
it will play in my mind over and over again.
Over and over again. I have
And
to
nobody
watch
needs to
50
hear
times.
Scrooge knocking at my door at 2 a.m.
Right.
So, I did watch all of Bridgerton because I wanted to know where that was going. I do love it. I love how it ended. It was a lot all of a sudden towards the end. I think they threw 16 scenarios at us, the last one, but I won't go into it in case you haven't watched it.
I'm still very behind, but I'll say
Okay.
truly, y'all, at this point, I'm probably not going to watch. So if you want to have a spoiler alert to all the people, but I'm still in season 2.
You
I
have to
know.
watch it. You have to watch
I
it.
need to finish season 2 and then get into Queen Charlotte. It just sounds like so much to do. You're right, but I'm going to do it.
Right.
at
But
some
season
point.
2 I love because they have Indian, like Bollywood
Yes.
music sounds in there that I recognize from when I was younger. So I do love season 2, but season 3 it starts off a little slow, and then all of a sudden it explodes.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for you to watch it. I'm not going to spoil it for you because you need to see it.
Yes, you do.
Okay, y'all. What about you, Brigethia? What are you watching? What are you streaming?
Love Island.
Okay, yes. We just had a very long
Spicy.
conversation about this one. Yeah.
I love Love Island. It is so good. So US and UK is on right now. So I've been watching both, but mostly US because it's very good this season. I feel like I've been watching some other things. Oh, I started a new book. It's called A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams, and it's very good. It like kind of channels some like back and forth between like Harlem Renaissance and like modern day. So it's really it's fun. It's fun. So that's what I've been streaming lately.
Well, if you're watching Love Island, have you been watching Love is Blind?
Yeah. Well, when it was on, I watched. Yes.
So I watched Brazil because it's spicier.
Oh, I don't watch Brazil.
So much spicier.
Really?
Love it,
Is
love
it
it.
on Netflix?
It's on Netflix,
Yeah.
and I think it's 4 seasons now. I've watched all of them.
Ooh.
And season 3 and season 4 surprised me about who makes it to the altar, who gets married, and I won't say any more than that.
Okay.
But I love it more than most of the other countries' Love is
Yeah.
Blind because it's spicier and it's real,
Yeah.
and they say it like it is. So
Yeah.
I do like that.
A lot of times I feel like, especially like with Love Island, I always think UK is better.
Yeah.
Like it's always
The
just
national
better,
stuff is better.
you know, than
Yeah.
the US one. I don't know the US ones, but this season the US one has been good. But I've definitely been tuned into Love
Yeah.
Island. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm streaming. What about you, Ben?
Y'all, honestly and truly, I have been streaming a lot of things. I finished Your Honor, which was very good on
Oh,
Netflix.
yeah, I wanna try
2
that.
seasons. It's like it's mystery-ish, but also dramatic. It's really I like it. You're on Netflix. I just finished Supercell on Netflix, which is about it's like more superhero-y. So if you're not into like people getting powers, maybe it's not your zhush. But I loved it. It's based in the UK, and they're all black superheroes, or maybe they're not superheroes yet because they're not saving the world. I don't know. Whatever they are, they have powers. So I love that. Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, America's Sweethearts. Did nobody
No,
saw
I've
that?
heard- I've
Okay,
heard about it.
please watch that.
I think the title turned me off to it. I was like, I don't want to watch no cheerleaders.
Oh, but it is so delicious and
It's like
delectable.
their
Yes?
background
Okay.
or
Yeah,
something?
it's like it's basically a reality show. Okay, no, it's a documentary because they have a reality show about making the team. But the documentary documents that process for the 2023 squad of making the team. And you know, DCC is a very popular NFL cheerleading team, one of the most famous. And so that is what it's based around. But it's been fun. You know, I love to dance, so I have been learning all the choreo from the show, and doing it in my home as if I'm on the field, y'all. I'm ready for football season. at
Comment
this
below
point.
if you would like Ben to show us.
Comment.
'cause-
You know what? Actually, y'all don't have to comment, baby. I'll do it with one like, and I'll do it right now. I promise. Like, but yeah, that's what I've been streaming, y'all. Not so much music. Usually, I'm the same too, where I don't really watch much TV. I'm more of a music person, but it's been
music,
TV.
I haven't really
these
been
last
listening
couple
to that
weeks.
much music either.
Yeah. Even though there's been so much music that's been out.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah,
really-
but I've been
Yeah.
going back into my like 90s R&B phase where I hear something, I'm like, I
Yeah.
need to hear more. I
live
created
for
Right.
long playlists and
Yeah.
singing my heart out.
Yeah.
Yes. Some nostalgia.
Yeah.
Some
Yes.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Now what's one song that I've been playing? This is gospel. I've been playing Precious. Oh, How Precious Is His Name by Catherine Taylor. And in your time, please go and listen to that and go into your prayer closet because maybe that has been getting me through these last 7 weeks.
I know that's
But that's
right.
been the one song that I've been listening to. But I'm the same way where I listen to once, I need to listen to more of that genre. So shout out to Spotify for always being the fabulous DJ that they
Yes.
are.
And it's summertime, so I hear things like Aaliyah's Rock the Boat, and I just think of
Yes.
myself on the boat.
Yes. And I need to be, and we need to be on a boat.
Yes.
On a yacht doing
Yes.
our choreo with
Yes.
our watermelon margarita before the summer ends. So
I'll just be
let's
the
figure that
Aaliyah
out.
backup dancer.
Come on, backup dancer. 5, 6,
I
7,
want
8.
you to rock the boat.
Rock the boat. I know that's right. Okay.
We're in
Period.
the Yes.
So let's kick things off. So as a lifestyle ambassador, how do you define elevated style and what key elements do you believe are essential to achieving it?
Absolutely. Elevated really is what makes you feel better.
Yeah.
So I wear anything that makes me feel better, whether it's I'm not good with like pairing tennis shoes and flip-flops and things like that, but I love wearing little heels or big heels, dresses with color, sometimes, lots of gold jewelry to brighten my mood. That's what I consider to be elevated. Something that elevates your mood, and you can run with that the rest of the day. If you feel like you're looking good, you're presentable, you can face a lot, or I can face a lot. I know that's how I feel. Yeah. So that's what I define as elevated. And it could be anything, but as long as it elevates your mood and you feel prepared for the day, that's what we're looking at. So I think people that follow me know to expect dresses that are, for the most part, form-fitted, bright colors, to different places to wear them to. And a lot of the time they're already styled enough, so you can just add a few little pieces and you're done. You don't have to add a ton, and it's easy.
So, because you always have a great look.
Always.
Thank you.
It is always
beautiful.
colorful. Yes. It is always unique. I love it. And I agree that whatever you put on, like, it's supposed to elevate your mood, your confidence. It's supposed to make you feel powerful, and I love that. I also subscribe to that. I do my best to. Here lately, I've been more comfortable just because, honey, life has been lifing. But I agree that when you look good, you feel good. It makes you want to take on the day, Yeah.
It really does for me, at least. And a lot of people are asking me questions like, "Oh, what do you buy? Where do you go shopping?" Anywhere you go, you find something you like and you know how to wear it. You can rock it all. You're going to feel elevated. And so I just tell everybody it's an elevated style because it elevates your mood. It gets you ready.
Yeah. I can already guess maybe what the answer would be to this question. Just how I see how you're lighting up about elevated style.
Yes.
But as a sought after speaker and like thought leader, what are some of the things that you're interested in, or that you're most interested in talking about, and like, what are some key takeaways that you want people to take from you?
I love talking about culture, belief systems, why people do the things that they do, whether it's community influence, religion influence, spirituality, art, fully influenced locations, regionalities. I love learning why people do what they do. So a lot of times I just love to listen to other people talk about themselves or their families or their belief systems or why they like certain song maybe or style. And then we'll just have conversations about that. But ultimately it comes back to my coaching. I'm not accepting any new clients, so I'm not selling myself at all on that. But I always like to make sure that people feel grounded and that they can move forward in life with whatever it is. And I feel like I hold people accountable in positive ways. I'm not one of those cookie cutter speakers who will be up there and saying, "You can do it. Yes, you can." That's not me at all. I'll try to meet you where we are. We talk about the different ways to elevate your life and make life feel better for you. And it always comes back to that at the end of the day. But then we go off on tangents, talk about music, rocking the boat, getting on a boat, drinking watermelon, tequila drinks, and enjoying with friends like we are today. So,
like, we learn so much by like just talking to people. And well, fun fact, I guess we should talk about how we even met Liz. Because, that's important.
Let's back
up. So me and Ben went to a DC Bloggers event in April. And we went to see our friend Zay speak. And that's where we met Liz, and she was so glamorous and so beautiful.
Yes.
And we were like, I just want to know more about her. Yeah. Like, I would love to learn more about her.
And just in general, the event itself
it was very nice.
It was very nice. Like, it was so beautiful. Everyone was so sweet. That's what I remember the most about it. Everyone was so sweet and so approachable, which it's sometimes hard to come by in the city that we live in, and just in major cities. But that's what I remember the most about it. Everyone was so nice, so genuine, so authentic, and it was kind of awesome that the conversation surrounded authenticity and how that is luxurious. And so all of what Zay really talked about in their presentation exactly like exhibited itself at the event. And Liz was the curator of that, and so that really, like you said, really is how we met you and fell in love with all the things you do and continue to do for the community. So
thank you for that. And I felt the same when I met both of you. I was like, I want to know what their podcast is about. And you're friends with Zay. Who doesn't want to know Zay more, and who Zay considers their inner circle? That means a lot, because I really treasure all the things that Zay stands for and the work that they do in this world. And at first, to be honest with you, I thought it was just having them speak about making purses or designing purses, and it changed into a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
And one thing I know about DC people, whether you were born and raised here or you moved here, is everyone craves connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just want to be seen and be heard and feel like they belong. And the DC bloggers is such a wonderful group of people who really try to come together and share that love of connection and no competition. It's literally collaboration.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wanted to foster that in the community further. It was originally started by Carly, who was our old chapter president. Now she's a mom of 2 young ones under 2 years old. So she's doing DC Mom Bloggers, and then she asked me if I would do DC Bloggers, and I thought, yes, as long as I pull in what I would want to see out of an event, which good food, good drinks, good people, beautiful atmospheres, and there you are. So I'm so grateful that I met both of you there as well.
We're so grateful too. And I think one of the best parts for me was like being able to meet all these great people that are also creatives, but kind of seeing the other side, because even like when we just chatted when we were there, it was like, okay, you just see all these different beautiful and creative people, but it's like you kind of get to know more about them because it's more than meets the eye, and we all have different backgrounds and different paths, and like we all have like things that just go on our day to day. So it's nice to connect with like real people, like because sometimes I think on Instagram it's just like a picture and a video.
It's
and,
true.
You know, and you kind of get to see more in real life.
But real people, and yes, but tagging on to that, real people who are in the industry, even better. Like it was even, it made it even better to meet and pick those brains. That's really where that's also where we met Lynn, who was on the show.
Yes.
This last episode, we met Lynn at DC Bloggers, and again, it was just a really wonderful time. And actually, this is one of our questions, so let's hop around a bit and go there. Yeah. So as the chapter lead for DC Bloggers, you kind of mentioned what are some of the things that you want to come out of an event, but when you are curating the event, like what are some of the other takeaways that you want attendees to come away from?
A lot of it's not about what I want them to take away. I'm really paying attention to the community. I jump on Instagram. Yes, I post. Yes, I engage. I try to build community there, but not just with Espresso Fights community, with the DC Bloggers community. So I pay attention to what I hear bloggers say they want or need, and then try to get speakers or thought leaders or participants to really bring that out so they'll be interested in coming and either learning or connecting with other people. And then I just try to make it pretty and enjoyable and tasty if possible. We have all these venues who have given us so much to work with, which is really nice. So I'm paying attention to what people say they want and trying to take off with it. It's only about half an hour to 45 minutes of speaking, as you can remember, and the rest of the time I try to connect people. And in that connection time, I'm paying attention to, are there people by themselves in the corner somewhere? And if so, I'm going over there. I'm going to try to either bring them in if they feel comfortable, if not, just be there with them and chit chat and see what would make them more comfortable, or maybe they just want to be on their own while I'm learning about it. But I really try to pay attention to hear what other people say they want out of these events. We have over 1,000-something active members, but only 40 spaces to fill for the most part at these events, and I want it to be filled with people who are interested in what we're putting out there. So I try to make it as interesting as possible.
That's a host, y'all. That's a host. That is a number one a lesson in hosting, is always pay attention to your people who are there.
Yes.
I love that.
I was a little selfish, though, at the beginning of the year, because I thought I want a beach party. So I created a beach party June 1st. It was. And it was over an hour and a half drive away, and people showed up, and we had the best time in the afternoon. So part of that is me, too, because I would like to go to a beach party, so we created a beach party. And we had a member who has a private beach, and it worked out perfectly. So
love that. Love
yes,
that.
yes.
So your travel experiences are often described as glamorous. So what are some of your favorite travel destinations you've gone to, and what advice do you have for traveling in style?
Absolutely. So admittedly, one of my favorite places to go ever is Puerto Rico. And there is no quote-unquote glitz or glamour about it. You come as you are. Everyone accepts you as you are. You could wear t-shirt, jeans, flip-flops, shorts, whatever you want, and you still feel elevated because everyone's in it together. You enjoy good food, good music. You're just hanging out, and it's island life. Then you have the other side of that. My favorite second place to go is Barcelona. Barcelona, everyone is put together, but they're not stuck up at all, and I love that. So you go enjoy food that's, unfortunately, I have to say it, twice as good as it is here. Simple ingredients, full flavor. Even just the tomatoes are delicious. In these cutest cafes ever, the price is half the cost for this delicious food. And you're just there in a cool climate, wearing whatever makes you feel like you. And you're free to express and walk around the city. And it's a very clean city. They wash the streets twice a day. So to me, it's one of those places that's glamorous because they really keep it clean and they really make it nice for everybody. But they also consider everyone traveling together, all this nationalities coming together to celebrate the architecture and art in Barcelona. And I wear my dresses and my little heels, and some people wear slacks and, you know, whatever it is that they feel comfortable in, but everyone's dressed there. They have great shoes. They're well put together. They don't look like they just came from the gym. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just the way they elevate themselves there. They really take time to put themselves together. Nothing opens up too early in the morning. Everyone's 9 o'clock in the mornings when they have their coffee. So everyone's pretty, you know, put together at that hour. So two very different places, two very different feels, but I feel like you make it glamorous as you go. When I go to Puerto Rico, we're looking for properties right now to stay, but we'll stay in beautiful resorts. And I just feel like I'm glamorous right there, out there drinking a piña colada, which it's the birthplace of piña coladas, the best place ever. And then Barcelona, same thing. You could be sitting outside in a cute little cafe, wearing your little dresses, watching people go by, learning about other people, or going to a cathedral, whatever, and you just feel part of the environment you're in.
I love that. And it goes back to what we talked about earlier, people watching. And what you just gave was a perfect explanation of what I love to do when traveling, is just sitting and taking in the culture. And looking and see what they're doing and how they're doing it when in Rome, right? But I love that.
It's the thing to do. If I didn't watch people in Barcelona go around me, I wouldn't know that the same place where someone's getting a beer at 11 a.m., they're also getting a freshly baked piece of bread on making sandwiches out of it and coffee. It's the same place you go to. And I'm watching all this going, aha, now I know what to order here. And, you know, the bars are also cafes, but they're baking fresh bread in these little bars. And it's just from people watching.
I love that. I want to
Servant, y'all.
I want to go to Barcelona so bad.
Me too, so we can do the cheerleader.
Yeah, I want to be a cheetah girl.
Cheetah girl.
That's the main reason why I want to go to Barcelona. I always want to go since I was a teenager.
You got to stretch.
I was like
a
cheetah girl fan. So
yes. So lively. Make it happen. Yes.
Definitely. That's definitely on my list of places.
I'm going to hold you accountable to that.
Yes. Come on.
I'm keep checking back in on you. Make sure you love your life and you live it out loud.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period. Now, how did you get started in blogging? How did that come about?
So people always ask me where I find things, what I'm loving to eat, and sometimes it's kind of different because I love international things, and people don't know how sometimes I can sing in Hindi and Arabic, and I'm in the DC area. We have all these influences, and I'll also find the little grocery stores and cafes, and so people are always asking me, how did you find the lavash? Where did you get that? That wasn't at Safeway, and I'll be able to share. But now I'm able to say, you can check out my blog. I put a whole thing about where to get the best one, not just where to get it. There's so much competition now, though, with blogs that I find that people are really drawn visually into where to find things. So it really pulled me into Instagram more than it did my blogging. And as my vision started to fail more and it hurts to stare at a screen all day, I decided to move more towards the visual side of things too, through Instagram, a little bit on TikTok, developing that. But I just wanted to show people where the good stuff is and that they could always come back and say, Liz of Espressify told me about that. And it makes me feel good.
So so that's pretty interesting. So basically, instead of writing things out, you kind of use your Instagram to tell the story.
I do. I try to tell the story or just be very direct on it. Today, I think I posted something about a dress that I wore yesterday, but it wasn't long-winded. It was just enjoying my summer life and feeling better, and I'm wearing this. And they know where to find it. And we just opened this Cezanne DC boutique recently in the Georgetown area. So now people in DC know where they can go try these dresses on to see if it looks right on them or if they feel elevated in it. And I like to be a part of that, where they can say, guess what? I went to Cezanne in DC. I don't work with Cezanne. Sounds like it. And I found this dress and I loved it. I'm also wearing them today, actually. So it's just one of those things where I like when people always refer back to me as the person who pointed them in a direction of joy.
The connector.
Yeah.
Direction of joy.
Love
Ooh.
that.
Yes.
I'm writing that down. Honey.
Yes.
All right, let's switch into a quick game. You know, we love games here on the Cocktails and Culture podcast, as do most of you. So we are going to go to a game we like to call, this is actually my favorite game that we play on the show. Like,
Really? Because you love this game.
I begged Brigethia for us to do this today, so I'm so glad we're doing it. But anyway, this game is called Who You Gonna Call? So we'll give you a scenario.
Okay.
And then we'll give you 3 options.
Okay.
And you have to choose from 3 options who you'd call in that scenario.
Are we really going to call these people?
No,
I wish
but
we
we
could.
should.
I wish we
We should
could.
You know
one
what, in
day.
the future, check back in with us in a couple
Yes.
of seasons, and we're
Hold
gonna
you
actually be able to
accountable.
call these folks.
Yeah.
Yep. Surprise somebody.
Ooh.
Because it holds them accountable to their answers.
I like you.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not pot stirring, but it's honesty, it's
Yeah.
accountability, it's authenticity, and
true.
it makes it fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Kick us off. We'll give you.
All right. So you have an event to go to, and you need a friend's advice for your outfit.
Ooh.
Would you call Victoria Beckham, Sarah Jessica Parker, or Chrissy Teigen?
Oh, that's hard. Because they all 3 have different personalities and style. You know what? I love Chrissy Teigen because of her honesty. And she's the most likely to put me in a robe and barefoot in front of everybody. And I like that. I like
Be
that.
honest with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has cute style, but she does like I don't care. Like she just
Yeah, she
wears what
doesn't.
wants.
And
Yeah.
I have actually one of her robes that she has with her slippers and everything.
Are they
They are. It's like butter on your skin, butter on the skin. And she's also somebody that will show you her scrubbing off body makeup. Like she shows you that it's not just her skin flawlessly
Right.
done, but she'll show herself scrubbing these things off because I trust her personality and because she's so honest, and she'd probably hand me a robe and just say, wear whatever. And I'll say, okay. That.
Okay.
But Sarah Jessica Parker with her cute shoes and flouncy dresses, and I just started watching old episodes of Sex and the City. It's
Yeah.
hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, I'm on the same thing. I love the honesty that Chrissy brings, but if I'm late for an event, I need you to tell me, child, let's get down to it. I can't wear a robe. So what's the outfit you want me to get into?
But if you did wear a robe,
That would break even more barriers. Maybe you are
you
right.
know,
Ugh,
and it's like
Yeah.
silk on the skin. It's like butter on the skin.
that's true.
I do not get embarrassed very easily. I just want to let you know. So me showing up in a robe,
You're like, okay,
making
cool.
a statement, it's fine. But if you had to watch yourself,
Yeah.
probably Sarah Jessica Parker,
Yeah.
because Chrissy has people who dress her, whereas Sarah comes up with her own ideas.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
correct.
That's true.
Okay, so your makeup artist canceled on you.
Okay.
Who would you call to get your face together? Would you call Rihanna? Would you call Kim Kardashian? Or Selena Gomez?
Selena.
Selena.
I'll be honest with you and tell you why. She's also a transplant recipient like me, so she has a kidney transplant, and she also has a lot of color that she pops into her makeup. Kim Kardashian, I think of one look, and I do like the look,
That's
but it's just
fair.
one look.
That's fair.
And Rihanna, oh, that's so hard because she has all these products that come out, and I want to try them all, but I haven't tried any of them. Or no, I haven't tried a lot of them. Whereas Selena Gomez, I've played with the makeup, the Rare Beauty line a lot, and I do
Yeah.
like the way it makes me come alive. I have yellow, green skin. So if you put some pink in there, I look like I'm alive. If I'm running outside, I turn more green. I don't turn red, but Selena adds that pink. But it's because I've tried her Rare Beauty stuff while in Sephora and because she's a kidney transplant recipient.
Yeah.
That's fair. I would say, now that I think about it, when you bring up Selena, she, to me, has not had the best history on the red carpet as far as her dresses are concerned.
Yeah.
But one thing I will always say is that her makeup was always very beautiful.
Very
Like,
fresh.
Very
Yeah, very
fresh.
fresh.
Anytime I ever critiqued any of her red carpet looks, it was never about her makeup or her hair. It was always a dress. But I agree that her makeup has always had a nice, fresh face.
Yes.
And
yeah.
you bring up a good point that Kim always does give us that one
Her
look.
makeup is
Yeah.
pretty, like,
Yeah, it's like with Anna
same.
Wintour and her bob.
Yeah.
Like, you
It's
know
a
what
great
you're gonna
bedroom
get.
look. It's a
It's a
great
great
bedroom look,
bedroom
but
look.
I need a little bit more.
yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
I would probably call Rihanna just because I love Rihanna. But outside of that, it's just because I feel like she has fun with the makeup. Like she does colors, and I'm not like I keep it like the same
Yeah,
neutral look.
Yeah.
So I would like try to push myself to like do something different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because Rihanna, I like how she has fun with the,
She does.
like, you know, she's not scared to like wear like this crazy color highlighter or something. I'm like, that's good
That's
for you,
true.
Rihanna.
That's good for
Yeah.
you, girl. And speaking of her, I love this like blonde haircut that she's rocking right now with her coils
I
out?
haven't seen it yet. What?
Yeah.
Okay, time to call
You have to
Rihanna.
pause. Yeah,
Time to call
We're gonna
Rihanna.
get Robin on the phone right now. I have
She's
to show
not
you this
available. We can
just
talk
really
to
quickly.
we can talk to Kim K. It's fine.
Right. Right. Kim would probably agree. Like, actually, yeah, I'm gonna make this
This. Okay, just really
pretty.
quickly. This is so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
I love how, and I love how it looks on her skin tone
Highlights.
too. Like, very beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sun kissed.
Okay, so you're having a launch party for your new business venture. Which Friends alcohol company are you getting to sponsor the event?
Okay.
Are you gonna get Jay-Z's Ace of Spade? You gonna get George Clooney Casamigos or Issa Rae's Via Ray Prosecco?
The Prosecco. I'm a bubbly girl.
Yeah.
I'm a bubbly girl. Everything else, I'm gonna be sleeping under the table before, the first hour of the party's up. So I have to go with the Prosecco.
Yeah.
And if it's too, dry, you could add some Saint Germain to it. You can shift it the way you want it, whether you want it to be dry, you want it to be sweet. Try it. It's delicious. You'll thank me later. Saint Germain.
Germain.
It's the elderberry aperitif. So just adding a touch of
Really?
it to really like some brute Prosecco.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
No, I've had the Saint Germain in the little recipe that Nene Leakes
Yes.
famously talks about, but I've never thought about like putting it in just a brut or just Prosecco.
Yeah.
And some people
We're gonna
think I
try that.
ruin champagne like that, but really it's the flavor you want. So you can put champagne with just a splash of Saint Germain, and it's just it's
I
chef
love
kiss.
champagne.
Yeah, it's delish.
You heard it here
people say
first.
Champagne is like beer.
I think champagne and beer are cousins.
They are.
Yeah. Right?
No,
No?
They're not.
grapes
but
and
like,
hops. Grapes and
no.
hops.
Okay.
Sweet and
It's just
something
so
that tastes like
sugary.
you.
But champagne,
Yeah.
wait, no, because champagne, let's phone a friend. Champagne is it grapes? It's not grapes.
Yeah,
It is
Yeah.
it's grapes
It's grapes.
from the Champagne region of France. Yeah,
Wait,
but
but there's
to me,
something-
beer is like the ale and hops
been
and
thinking of
sitting in
Prosecco.
barrels. It's like you're licking the inside of a barrel. It's not fun for me.
Yeah, I don't like beer.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Okay,
It
what kind
I
of
have to
beer
be
you
in the
like?
mood for it. Okay,
Okay,
it has to give the atmosphere, the experience. It has to be like a tailgate.
Yeah.
It has to be like the event. It has to
Yeah.
be the drink of the event. I'm not just gonna go home and get a 6-pack of beer and just drink it.
Well, you
like,
said you like
Yeah.
beer, so I didn't
I
know.
mean, like I would
You go
have
get
a
you
beer
a
if we were like at a football
Corona.
game. Corona. Okay, I would prefer a Corona.
Light
Corona
beer.
Light.
Yeah, light
little
beer.
lemon
I just
in
feel
it,
like
a
the
little
taste
lime.
of beer just does not taste. I mean, not that tequila tastes good because it don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, it doesn't.
it's just like I don't know.
It's not bad.
It depends too. If you're going to Puerto Rico, you're gonna have a medalla or a bouillet. Those are very cultural things, and it's just like cold, fizzy water beer, and it's hot outside, so it tastes good because the outside is a frosty can.
Yeah.
Something like, or if you go to Jamaica, you're gonna have a red stripe. You're just going to with your
Yeah, my mom likes
escovitch
those.
fish.
Red stripes.
Is what you're gonna do. But
Okay, now
Given
would
a
y'all
choice.
prefer beer or a seltzer?
seltzer.
We didn't derail the game.
Right. I do not like
You prefer a seltzer? Okay, me too. You don't like
Yeah.
you said you
I
prefer a
hate
beer over seltzer?
I do not like seltzer. I don't like either.
You hate
but
seltzer that much? You would choose a
Yes.
beer over it? Wow,
Seltzer
friend.
just tastes like nothing. Give me an Olipop, girl.
No, I love a good seltzer.
Like
Which
seltzer.
one are you drinking?
See, I don't have a preference over it. I just rather have that than a beer.
Than a beer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
a
thinking
girl.
she's like enjoying. Honey, I love a good seltzer. I love a White Claw in the summertime. But you have to be careful sometimes because some of those seltzers have a lot of sugar in them and it makes your head hurt, like the spiked lemonade ones
Yeah, I
from
ain't drinking
who was that? Simply.
But I feel like champagne has a lot of sugar in it too.
It does.
And that's why
But I don't
I get
don't-
headaches most of the time with champagne, even if it's top shelf.
really.
Champagne
I think
sometimes.
champagne's more of a sip and put down, sip and put down.
Yes.
Whereas a seltzer, you can just keep going with it. So it could
Yeah.
affect you faster.
I like champagne more these days, but I try not to have sugar as much. So like the champagne is just a lot of sugar.
I drink a lot more champagne than I do anything else.
Yeah, I
Like,
prefer champagne.
well,
over
as far as alcohol is concerned.
Yes.
I'm not just drinking champagne. I'm not like a NECA, baby. I'm not waking up drinking champagne. But I drink champagne the most out of all the alcohols, but I only get a headache if I'm drinking mimosas. Like, I feel
Yes,
like,
because the orange
yeah.
juice in there.
right.
Yeah.
But I've never had like a bad hangover or
I
anything
definitely
from.
I never had a bad
Not
hangover,
hangover,
but
just a bad
sometimes I do get a
experience.
headache from champagne.
Yeah.
I do get a headache from champagne.
I'm a
sometimes.
spritz girl, though. I love Aperol spritz, any spritzes that you can make. I was telling her earlier that I love watermelon, just literally putting watermelon into a blender with a little bit of, just a little bit of lime and honey.
Yes.
And you can put something there to make it a little fizzy, and it's just so good in the
Put a little
summertime.
tahini on the rim.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm making some more watermelon drinks this summer.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
back to the game, y'all, really quickly.
It's a cocktail conversation. It makes sense.
Right,
Hey,
okay.
you know. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in dire need of some marketing advice for your social content.
Okay.
Are you calling Jackie Aina? Are you calling Janae Naylor? Or are you calling Nabella?
Oh, that's so hard. Okay. Here's my explanation. Janae is a DC native.
Yes.
The We DC bloggers love her. She's authentic, and I want to give her all of it and say her because she knows how to do it. But Nabella's, she's so good. And for so many years, I followed her. And I remember when she used to use her own face and write things on her face, all these bad things that people used to say about her, and then her blending it in, saying, well, this is me. And I really appreciated that about her.
Powerful concept.
And the way what she does and what Janae do are very different things. So I feel like both of them could be super helpful. At this stage of my life, I'm not having young babies like Nabella is, and a lot of it's circled around that family life. So I think right now, Janae. And I love her, what she's done with the DC bloggers. And when she comes, there's like 100 people showing up right away. And she's approachable, she's kind. And if I need help, I want somebody who's going to be kind like her.
Right.
Hey, Janae.
We love Janae.
We love Janae. We love Janae. I met her recently at, what was that? Oh, at Shira's Lit and Legendary back in April. Super sweet.
Yeah.
Such a sweetheart. And I would also choose her because she's like a case study in brand positioning.
Yeah.
The way that she went from working for Target and now Target basically working from her, and like how she stopped her 9 to 5 to put herself in the content creator world, and how she just like made herself to where she is now, self-made. I love that.
Yeah.
So I would definitely choose her as well.
Yeah.
We love that. We love Janae here. We love all the ladies, but
We do.
love Janae.
Yeah.
We love Janae. Okay, so last one is it's time for your first Met Gala, and the theme is the Garden of Time. Who's dressing you? Schiaparelli, Tom Brown, or Jean Paul Gaultier?
Schiaparelli. And I'm saying that
Yes.
very, very excitedly, not like J-Lo did that other girl
Right.
wrong. She's like, Schiaparelli. Not like that at all, but I love gold. I was born
Yes.
August 4th. I'm a Leo.
Ooh,
Gold,
my
loud,
birthday's
proud.
August 4th.
Your birthday is?
No, my friend is.
Oh, your friend is.
Yes.
Love your
That
friend
was my
already.
birthday.
Yes. But Schiaparelli is really loud and proud, and all the gold and the different elements from the facial features to different things that you normally wouldn't see in luxury items, and the way they dress their bags and all their designs are just kind of out there. I kind of love that.
Schiaparelli.
I love
Yes.
Schiaparelli.
Oh my
I love
God.
Schiaparelli because I love fashion that is simple but very unique.
Yes.
Like it could be the simplest thing you see, but there's something that's so like specific about it. And when I think about Schiaparelli, I think about what is the guy? Oliver.
From Beaumont?
Yes. I forgot what event it was, but
Olivier.
he wore excuse me, sorry, Olivier. He wore these Schiaparelli black. They were the black pumps, but they had the foot on
Yes,
they were
the
in
claws.
gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just love, like, I wouldn't wear them, but I just love that they're so
Yeah.
like simple but unique. Like you're gonna remember this is a staple piece, and then the way that he styled them was
Yeah.
just so like this is the.
I feel like with
focal point.
Schiaparelli, you know,
Yeah.
when you see their pieces, like
That is
Yes.
them.
you just can tell. It's certain designers, obviously, you kind of know, but I love this like no like big logos or anything like that. It's just
Same.
like quiet,
Yeah.
but like it's like a very strong piece always.
I mean, where else are you going to find a matte gold 4-inch nose brooch
Right.
for your jacket? And you know it's Schiaparelli.
Oh,
You know
I
it
want
is.
the ear thing so bad, where it's like literally the earring and it's
Oh,
it's a
covering
gold
the ear.
ear.
Yeah,
I
Do
want that
it.
so bad.
that is so cute.
I gotta find out.
Live
where
your
I'm gonna-
life.
I'm gonna live my life and get that. So when y'all and I'm gonna put on this
Bergdorf.
ear so y'all can see it.
Right,
when
he
I'm-
gonna be turning to the camera like, so guys.
So I did look that up,
Yes.
and I think it's a $600 piece that you can buy. It's just one piece.
Oh, it's
From the-
$600.
I think so.
Wow, I thought it would be more, a little more than that.
Yeah, it's not that big. On the website, it didn't look that big, at least. And then Bergdorf had a certain selection during Christmas time in New York that I got to go look at. I mean, everybody
you tried
could.
it on.
No,
Was it heavy?
because
I
they
wonder if
didn't
it's
have
heavy.
they didn't have people behind the counter to open up the. But I wanted to, but I knew better than to get thrown out at that moment. So
Yeah.
I decided to stay.
I agree.
I love
That's
John
probably
Paul
best.
Gaultier's corsets, but Schiaparelli is art.
Yes.
Yes.
And let's give some love to Tom Brown. Okay, I love Tom Brown.
Yes.
I would get styled by him or by
Yeah.
them. I love the I love their commitment to menswear, but like making it fun
Yeah.
and exciting. Like the silhouettes are always the same, but they're always not the same.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I love all three. I would get dressed by
Yeah.
all of them. I love
It's
love
kind
all
of
their
like,
looks.
who wants to dress me, baby? Like,
Right. They're some of my faves for sure.
Agreed.
So as a content creator, which strategies do you use to ensure your content remains fresh, engaging, and aligned with your brand's message?
I'm looking for other people to see how they engage with my content. But a lot of the times I'm just doing whatever I feel like doing. If I feel like creating a certain way one day and something hits me, I'm just going to run with it and try to be creative with it. And if it's not well accepted, sorry, I don't know what else to
Right.
do because this is how I'm feeling in the moment. Everyone lives their life so differently. The way I dress today is like this, but tomorrow may be different. Also, depending on how much energy I have, how many things I have to do. But I try to keep it as fresh as I can with my own style thrown in there. I can't depend too much on what people think about it.
Trends
So I try
or-
not to think
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
No, I love that. Because I think, like you said, like you really care about like how you feel. Like,
Yeah.
of course, you want your audience to be satisfied, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
I was this book I'm reading was saying it was like a question like, are you a Beyonce or are you a Rihanna like business person? And they were like, what do you mean by that? And it was like, Rihanna like goes with how she feels. Like, if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
And then Beyonce is like, not that she doesn't, Rihanna doesn't care, but it's like she kind of doesn't. It's just like, I'm gonna do what I want. But Beyonce is more like, she really cares about what her fans think and like, you know. And I think that's what she talked about recently with Renaissance of like breaking free of like caring so much about what
Yeah.
people think and just like, I'm just gonna be free and I'm gonna make my art and be creative how I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, so
You
that just made me
can't
think of
please
that.
everybody. You can't.
Yeah.
You can only, if I'm going to be showing people elevated style, if I don't feel elevated because I'm trying to show someone else how to dress just as elevated, it's going to show. People are going to know I'm uncomfortable in what I'm wearing. People can tell the difference between something that's authentic and not. And I never want to come across as somebody who's just doing something to make someone else happy.
Yeah.
Unless it's my mama. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
But I love the point also of like, I mean, you know, I'm a social media nerd.
Yes.
So looking at the analytics and seeing like what's doing well
Same.
and how the people are responding to it does like help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to switch on and off in my head is I do that for work. So I am a social media manager. And most times for my jobs, I'm using the analytics to determine the content that I create.
yes.
So I'm using, you know, the licks. Well, those two, but the likes and the comments and all that stuff to determine like how things perform and what the next piece of content should be. But then turning that off from my own platform is sometimes difficult because I'm still looking at my analytics to determine what's best. But I'm also like, girl, but I want to post this. I feel
Right.
great about this content.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share it. And so very quickly, I'm going to take a turn and go to, you're very candid on social media, which I really enjoy, which I'm like learning to, Brigethia and I are learning to do that. We've talked about this several times on the show, just like editing the highlight reel and editing the highlight reel to be more real about what's actually going on with our you know, in our personal lives.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about you being a
transplant
organ
recipient.
transplant recipient.
Yeah.
How has that experience altered your outlook on life? And then how has that influenced your career, that experience?
Oh, it changed so much. So I've been quote unquote the sick kid since I was young, because since I was really young, I had type 1 diabetes. Then I had so many eye surgeries, and my vision started to wane. Kidneys started not doing well, and I needed a kidney organ transplant, as well as pancreas, because my pancreas never worked since I was a young kid. Going through all of this, every time they gave me some bad news, I would freak out, of course, because I'm human. I'd cry about it. And my husband would say to me, okay, so if you feel like you may go blind, because at first they did say that was going to happen, that was systemic, but it stopped. I stopped going blind, which is great because I can still see some. He said, well, what do you want to go see? Let's go see it. And I was like, oh, that's true. We should do it this way and do it that way. So I try to live my life exactly how I want to. Take all the mini vacations. If I can't take long ones, take the mini ones, because you never know if you're going to be sick or if you're going to be okay. Or let's say you want to visit an island that may not exist in a few years because it's going underwater. Just do the things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
And I'm paying attention a little bit because I'm getting different recommendations from other people on where to go and what to eat and these kind of things. But I have this basis of life is really short. You don't know what's going to happen. If you want to be seen and heard and connected and felt, and everyone kind of feels the same way, I want people to feel from me my energy being warm and accepting, as I would hope that they would be with me. And I know that I can't please everybody. Nobody could ever expect that. But as long as you're being authentically you and you know it and you're living your life, you can't feel bad about it. There's nothing to feel bad about. So I live my life out loud. And that comes through my social channels because, for example, I was just in the hospital. My content isn't what I ate in 24 hours, but I made a reel saying what I ate in 24 hours at the hospital. And it did really well. And it was just me recording me eating different foods in the hospital for 24 hours. I didn't think anybody else would care, but I had the time. So I did it, and people thought it was both funny and interesting to see what it's really there. So as long as you're really putting yourself out there, and it's not just ad after ad, you're not just working with companies and brands only, they have to connect with you as a person for things to work.
Say that? Don't I say that? I think you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think that makes your content so much more beautiful because when you go on it, it's like, okay, yeah, like she's doing all these beautiful things. She looks amazing. She's traveling all these different places. But the fact that you're looking at life like, I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen in life, and like, let's go see the world. Let's do this. Let's, I would say romanticize our life. Like, let me get dressed up today and go take myself on a date or go out with my husband or whatever, because you just never know. Like, let me get up and look, like, make myself feel pretty or, whatever. Like, I think that just makes your content even more just beautiful. Thank you. You guys should check it out because that just makes more sense. It's like a full circle of like, this is why I'm doing this. Like, it's my perfect world. Like, it's beautiful for me, in my way. I love that.
And those who know me see that I'm putting everything out there on social media. I'm not going to complain all the time and say like, guys, I don't feel well today. Just, I don't even like to be reminded I don't feel well. So you're not going to see that all over the place, but you're going to hear the honest truth. If someone's like, how are you feeling today? And be like, much better than I was last week. But I will roll into the things I look forward to because that's where I want my energy to be. That's how I want to spend my time, living those fun things, experiences, buying the Schiaparelli nose pin, visiting Barcelona again, getting a little tiny place in Puerto Rico so we can visit and have friends visit. These are the things that matter in life. Connecting with others in the way you feel suits you. Life is really short.
It is very short, and I talk about this often with my friends. Like, the passing of my mom helped me have that same realization, just how short it is. Like, you can have everything you want and then it ends quickly. And so after my accident recently, I felt the same way of like, let me really take a step back and really figure out what's most important in life and focus on that. Come to life from a lens of abundance rather than what I don't have. However, that is difficult on social media. Because you want to show the most authentic you, but you also want to keep things for yourself. But you also want to be real with your audience and let them know what's going on. But you also want to be relatable to brands so that they can use your platform as a platform for them. You have all these things that you're like that you're trying to do on social, I feel, or maybe I'm just overthinking it. I could be doing that.
We all are thinking it. But I'll tell you, there's a difference between telling everybody everything about yourself and being authentic. There's two very different things. Whereas when you show something that you love, you're doing it authentically, you're telling the whole truth about what you feel about it versus having to tell everything. Yes, did I show I was in the hospital? 100% I did. And I didn't put any other makeup on. My hair was a mess. And it just was what it was. I wasn't going to fix that. And that's how it is. But I'm also not saying at 3 a.m. they came in and they inserted an IV and then I had to go do stool samples. And like, I'm not telling all of that because I don't want to be in that space of all the things they had to do, but I'm showing them in the hospital and that's authentic. So it's two different ideals. You don't have to put everything out there. You should feel comfortable with putting out there whatever you want to, but when you do it with your heart. And Rihanna just played in my mind now when she said, let's start there. I'm not looking for a man, so let's start there.
Yes, I love that.
Kind of how I feel about the way when you put things out there and people perceive you a certain way, you can correct it. Say, I'm not looking for fame. Let's start there. Now, if I got famous, no problem. But that's not what you're looking for.
We all say all the time, I'm not looking for it, but if it comes to us.
Yes, but if it comes.
We'll take it.
Yes. And I'm an open book. I share everything because I don't mind. And not everybody's like that. So I won't share what's going on with you or you behind closed doors, but I can be with my own life, and that's okay. Yeah. The authenticity will always be there, but showing everything is relative. You don't have to.
Yeah. On this next one, I feel like I feel like after having this conversation, I feel like I know where you're going to go with this, but I'm very interested in what you're going to say. Okay. So, mindful living is a crucial part of your brand, your content. We've been talking about it basically the entire show. Mm-hmm. How do you incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine, and what benefits have you noticed from doing so?
Could you ask that question one more time?
Yeah. How do you incorporate mindful living in your daily activities and routine, and what have you seen? What are some positive changes or benefits you've seen from it?
So ever since I got really, really sick a long time ago, everything I do, I'm very mindful on whether it's when you open your email and you get invitations to things left and right for different social media things. I only say yes to things that I really want to do. As Danielle Laporte would say, it's say no to 80% of the things and hell yeah to 20% of the things. Whatever lights you up is what you should be doing. Otherwise, you get burned out. Yeah. What for? If you're not excited about going to this event with champagne, you'd rather have a beer. What is that? What is that? You have to really do things that you enjoy. I was lucky enough to start my life over, if you will, in terms of we built a new house, so we moved into this blank slate, and I have created a space that I love. Every single piece of furniture in my house, to the sponges that we use to wash the dishes, to the different style elements and plants I put all over the place, I handpicked. And every day I'm so grateful. I come downstairs, take a deep breath, lots of windows with the flood of light coming in. Just hit this microphone. And same thing when I choose things that I want to wear. I don't just buy it because it's something to wear, so that when I look at my wardrobe, every single thing I have there I'm happy with. I'm not going to say I have nothing to wear. I have something and I'm going to be happy with it. And if I wear something again next month and you've already seen it, it's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So I really am mindful about everything I do because life is really short, because I can't make everybody else happy, but I can make myself happy. And so you want to infuse all the things that bring you joy into your life as much as you can, as much external things happen. And the best way to go through life is to make sure that all the things you can control and the things you can create, you put out there and you do it.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's important to be mindful.
It is very important to be mindful.
Lead in a moment,
Be conscious.
It is. From the words you speak to
intentionality is another.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's almost one and the same. The mindsets and being mindful and intentional to me is all pretty much in the same boat. I've been a life coach since 2013. Again, not accepting new clients, so I'm not having to sell anything. But the reason I stay really busy is because I'm not like the average 12 steps to a perfect life. That's not how it is. Yeah. We're just trying to make it so you feel like life feels better to you. Yeah. And I'm holding you accountable, but I'm not holding you on for long. I'm giving you the standards you need to run with it. And a lot of what I do in my life is exactly that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what I'm really noting and taking in my head from that entire exchange just then is saying no to 80% and saying hell yes to 20%. Yeah. Benjamin says yes to almost 80%, and then I get home and I'm like, dead, tired, and there's never anything else to give to anything else. And so I'm working on that. So I'm asking the two of you and everyone watching and listening to let's hold each other accountable to being to balance. And I feel like not balance. I don't want to use that word. Not balance. Prioritizing.
Yeah, prioritizing things.
Integration. Yeah.
But again, y'all, it's so difficult. At least for me sometimes. But
you know what that sounds like to me, though? Mm-hmm. I'll be very honest, is when someone's not sure about what to say yes or no to, it's because they're just trying new things out. And that's okay, too. Yeah. Say yes to 100% of the things. You're going to learn what turns you off. and you're not going to do it again. Or you'll try it a second time and say, yep, confirmed, I don't want to do this again. Or, yep, confirmed, I will bend over backwards for this agency because they get me into the things that I love the most. You have to really try and dabble in everything you can to know where you want to go.
That is exactly true. As I was telling you before we started filming, you know, I'm getting used to the DC area.
Yes.
I guess I need to stop saying that, y'all. I'm really, like, I live here now. But, like, you know, continuing to try different things in the city, try new things in the area. Yes, I think that is exactly what's happening. But child, she be tired.
Yeah.
Right.
Tired boots.
Yes.
But all good.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so we're gonna move on to our next game.
Okay.
So we're fun. We know that you are a cocktail connoisseur. You seem like you know a lot about cocktails. So we have a game called Guess the Cocktail. So we're gonna give you kind of like some facts, and you have to guess what the cocktail is.
Okay. This will be interesting because I don't drink all the drinks. I only drink to the 20% hell yes drinks that I really want to drink. And the other 80%, like if it tastes like I have to lick the inside of an aged barrel, it's a no for me. So we'll see if I get
I think
this.
you'll get these, but child, even when I was reading these, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So this cocktail is believed to have been created in the early 1870s. It was invented by Dr. Ian Marshall from a banquet hosted by Jenny Jerome, who was Winston Churchill's mother, at a club in New York City. The story goes that the success of the banquet made this drink fashionable.
Okay. And that's I don't know from Liz, but you said Ginny. Gin? Something with gin maybe? A gimlet of some sort since it's so old?
Well,
Think more New York City.
yeah, we're in New York City.
The Manhattan?
Yes.
Thank you for the clue.
No problem. Okay. This cocktail is a gin-based champagne that originated during World War I and is named after a field gun, which was a key weapon for the French army during the war. The drink's combination of ingredients was said to give the drinker a kick that felt like being shelled by a gun.
Okay. Well, that tells me it might be served in like a brass cup since it's metal.
Okay.
With the gin?
No.
I don't know.
Think more.
Because you know that's a thing now. Everyone wants to drink out of these like brass copper cups.
Hello.
But apparently it's not good for you. We're just learning
really?
that they're not good for you. So they have to be coated with something on the inside. So you're not drinking. Yes, that's a thing apparently.
Noted.
But any clues?
Be careful, y'all.
Yeah, be careful.
Think gin-based champagne.
Gin-based champagne.
What cocktail might be along that, or for us, gin and champagne is in this.
Gin and champagne. I just keep singing gin and juice in my head right now because that's all I'm getting.
Lay back. I got my mind on my money.
And I'm on my mind.
What you know about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wish I knew. And I don't drink anything that tastes like I'm getting shelled by bullets.
Yeah,
so.
that was like what do they even feel
Interesting,
like?
right?
Yes.
A French 75.
Oh, no way. To me,
Yes.
that's living the high life.
Right, and
You
it
have
came
it
out
with
of
a little
war.
twist of a
Yeah.
garnish in your hand.
They wanted to really like really
Yeah.
knock you down when you take a sip.
But I guess the
Yeah.
gin, that makes sense. Gin gives that, but champagne does not.
It's the champs, it's the lemon, it's the gin all together. It's a good balance.
But it does
That
not
shocks
give
me.
World War I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must not have been served in a flute.
No,
Right,
I
not
don't
back
think
then.
so.
No.
Okay, next one is this
Okay.
cocktail originated in the early 1940s, and its invention was a collaboration between John G. Martin, who recently acquired the rights to Smirnoff vodka, and Jack Morgan, who produced his own ginger beer. Martin was were having a hard time selling vodka, and Morgan was also struggling to popularize ginger beer.
Okay.
So it's vodka and ginger beer.
Vodka and ginger beer.
Yeah. And you did just mention something about these cups that people use all the time. That's a hint.
Like a Moscow Mule.
Yes.
What? Okay, so admittedly, I was thinking Bad Bunny when he's talking about his Moscow Mule. There's a famous song that he has with that in there. And I imagine the drink every time he sings the song on his Un Verano Sin Ti album. So that's what I was thinking this whole time when you were mentioning that.
And do you
So-
like Moscow Mules?
No,
I get
not
them
really.
sometimes.
Because I always choose something else.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
they're
would always
refreshing.
choose-
They're refreshing. And The glass, the cup. I can't think of what it was.
The copper.
Copper,
cup,
yeah. It just keeps the cool, like the coldness to the
Yeah.
drink, but it does have something inside that's supposed to be like covers
Yes.
a little bit.
If somebody offered it to me, I would love it. It's very refreshing, but I always end up choosing other things.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I recently tried a strawberry Moscow Mule, and that
Ooh.
was pretty good. But
Yeah.
no,
Try a passion fruit one.
noted.
So good.
Ooh.
There's
I
a place
love
here
a
called La
passion fruit
Cosecha
margarita.
at Serenata. Serenata. There's a bar right in the middle of La Cosecha at Union Market, that area. And I think they have passion fruit mules.
Noted. Well, we'll be going there soon.
Ooh.
Yes, so good. Yes.
We'll try that then.
The owner of it, I only know her screen name. Forgive me, I can't remember her real name, but it's White Plates, Black Faces. She makes the best concoctions. And I love that she mixes like tropical flavors with the standards to make them elevated. So,
Okay.
yeah.
This one, the cocktail allegedly invented by Carlos Danny Herrera, who created this drink for a showgirl named Marjorie King, who was allergic to all spirits except tequila.
Margarita?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
And
Like
there's
we're having
actually many
tonight.
tales of margaritas, like so there's like
Yeah.
you don't really know. There's like that's like one of the more famous ones, but there's many different stories of like where it really originated from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hashtag libation legends.
Yes. But tequila knocks me out. Out. And I don't know
Well,
why.
it depends on, again, it all depends on what the experience is.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll get sleepy, but sometimes I'll get up.
Yeah.
But
With
you
the
have,
fire.
I feel like you have a strong tolerance. It depends on.
I do.
You have a very
Yeah.
strong tolerance.
I used to. Not anymore.
Do I have a strong tolerance, or can I just hold it well?
If you have to ask yourself,
think
you have a
it's-
strong tolerance.
I think you do have a strong tolerance. I think it takes a while for you to like you can feel buzzed, but I think it like you.
Okay, yeah,
You can.
that's
It
fair.
takes you a minute for you
That's
to like
fair.
really
To really feel.
get there.
Okay.
Me on the other hand, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Brigithe's
feeling
like,
it.
child, I need some water.
Okay, so this is the last one.
Okay.
This cocktail was invented in the early 1980s at the Soho Brasserie in London
Okay.
by a bartender, Brad Sell. The story goes that a young model, rumored to be Kate Moss, asked the bartender for a drink that will wake me up and then F me up.
Well, then that makes me think of a Red Bull and vodka, but
Okay.
because that will mess you up.
You're close.
goes,
A
yeah.
little bit.
Close, but think about
Espresso
it.
martini?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Espresso. Yeah. I'm going
love
to sing
that.
the song now. Everyone knows how to spell my handle name now because of the song.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Yes.
Okay.
I love-
So
I
this is a
love-
point in the episode where we raise a glass.
T-Pain.
And we raise a glass to someone that's inspiring us, someone that we've been seeing that we just feel like they're doing it, that we just want to show them love. So if you want to think about it for a second, and me and Ben can go
Yes, because
first.
there's so many people I feel like are really doing it.
Okay, we'll let you think, and then you want to kick it off, Ben?
Sure, I can kick it off. There's so many glasses to raise, but I'm going to raise two. So can I have two? The first one is Victoria Monet. So Mama has been really doing it, y'all. She really has been releasing the music, releasing the videos, getting the awards, and I'm very, very proud of her. What makes me most excited about Victoria Monet is there is a star quality about her that reminds me. I'm not comparing them, so I apologize if it's coming off in this way, but she reminds me a lot of Beyonce and how it's very evident that she's so hungry for it, and she's doing everything in her power to get it. And it also reminds me of like, there is a little black queer boy watching Victoria Monet and learning her choreography late at night by himself, like living for her. And I love that. Like I can see her icon status developing. And so I'm very excited for what's to come. So I want to raise a glass to them, to Victoria. I also want to raise a glass to Eric and Kai, who are co-hosts of the Unpacking podcast / radio show. First of all, I met them at the Glad Honors Awards back in May, and super genuine, super beautiful human beings. And they invited me on to their show recently, and I did the hot topics for them. And I'll be coming on again soon to do hot topics again. But I want to raise a glass to them because they created such an environment of just safety as a Black queer person, and it was really, really beautiful and valued to have a conversation with them. We talk to a lot of people on our podcast, and we understand like what it means to create a space, and so to be in a space that someone else created and it be just as fabulous was really, really, really amazing and wonderful. So I want to raise a glass to them for inviting me on into their space and having a wonderful time. So raise a glass to all of them.
Yes. I'll pick mine up soon.
What about you, Brigethia?
I would like to raise a glass to Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yes.
I mean, obviously because she's amazingly talented, but also because as of late, she's just been, I feel like she's finally getting her just due. I feel like a lot of people were like trying to count her out and judging her and all of the things, but she is doing so many amazing things. And most recently, she's on the cover of American Vogue.
Ooh.
So I am so happy for her. And she was on there with her braids and her long nails. And I just love that she's being authentically herself and she's not changing that to fit in. And I think being a young person, you are very impressionable. But I'm happy to see her like living her truth. Even some of her family was in some of the photos and her spread. So I love that. I just love to see her being herself. Like, and I think she will inspire other young Black girls that, you know, want to be in track and field, and I just love to see her do her. So cheers to you, Sha'Carri.
And it's a beautiful spread. It's beautiful. Looks amazing.
Yes.
So
love that. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
What about you, Liz? Who are you raising your glass to?
So there are two people that I think about it. We brought up Janae Naylor, and the fact that Janae was able to do this collaboration with Target and come out with these pieces, that I had a whole bunch of people who really support her, but my friends are all going to Target, buying the pieces, trying them on, showing everybody what it's like in different shapes and forms, and how to style the pieces differently. But Janae, I mean, that is not an easy feat. That's a lot of time put into it and thought, and trying to come up with things that you love, but also that will reach the people that are in your network. And I think that project alone deserves a big standing ovation. So raising my glass to her. She has no idea who I am, but I sing her praises all the time. And then the other, to be honest, is my husband. Not because he's my husband, because he is one of the kindest, most sweet people you'll ever meet. He's selfless. He's always has how he is. He doesn't care what he's wearing. He's always happy. So I could say, hey, you know, we could change before dinner if you want. And he's like, well, if you want me to. I'm like, oh no, then if you're comfortable with that, that's great. He's not looking at himself like, oh, what should I change about myself to fit in? And he's always nice. He helps everybody, but he holds his ground and holds boundaries really well. And now I see him making these shifts in his life that he's more brave than he used to be with making big adult decisions, because he also is in a place where he just wants to experience the joy, and he knows that's really important in our lives. And I think he's an angel. I always fear that I'm going to wake up one day and it's all a dream, because he is that type of person where you're like, I never knew this kind of person existed, but he does in real form. He's an amazing person. So, and nobody knows Rolando Cintrón, but I'm telling everybody now, amazing human being, and I really strive to be even more like him. He really is a great person.
That's so sweet.
That is actually so
seriously,
sweet.
it's so sweet,
Like,
honestly.
That's actually really beautiful.
I really mean that with all my heart, and I hope you both get to meet him. And he's just an amazing soul. Period.
I could tell when you said when you let us know that you were losing your vision, and the first thing he said was, "Well, what do you want to go see?"
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
Yes. What do I want to
Yes.
go see? Like,
yeah, and he has been through a lot of stuff, which brought him to that place, because his father at one point was losing his health in all these different ways, and I think that came through as he had that knowledge already of, well, just in case something happens, my father didn't really get to do much towards the end. Well, let's go do stuff.
Yeah.
And he always asked me what I want to do, you know, in addition to saying, why don't we go here or there?
Right.
He's selfless in a very healthy way.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
It's all about perspective.
it is.
Yes.
What's his name?
Yeah, his name is Rolando.
Shout out to you, Rolando.
Yeah,
Very-
people call him Rolo.
Rolo.
Rolo Polo.
Well, shout out to
Yes,
you. Shout out to
yes.
Well, Liz, thank you so much for coming on. You have been such a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
Such a beautiful person.
Thank
and we're
you.
excited to do more things with you.
Yes.
And we're happy to just have you on our show. Where can everyone follow you? Where can they look up your blog? All of the things.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for having me here and getting to talk about all the things, because sometimes because somebody wants to talk about one subject, and for me, I like to share them all. So I love sitting with you and going through all of these fun things. Yes, all of them. You can follow me at Espressify. That's ESPRESSOFIED on social media on all channels. And I promise to be as authentic and open as possible. And if you have any questions, you can always send me a DM there. Otherwise, you should stick around for the next set of podcasts that they're going to have going forward, because I'm going to hold them accountable to everything they said.
Yes.
The phone to friends are going to have phone conversations,
Yes.
all the things.
Yes,
so I'm
yes.
excited to see what you both come up with in the future.
Thank
Well,
you.
Yeah,
And of
thank
course, y'all,
you.
all those links will be in the description box below. So please make sure you go click and follow and lock in with Liz's content. Again, she's amazing. She's fabulous. And really
Thank
breath
you.
of fresh air, a ray of sunshine. So thank you so much for coming on. And y'all, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. We're everywhere. So follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, and like us on Facebook.
Period.
Yes.
First
He always
time,
says the wrong
third
place.
season, and I just did it all in one take. I'm proud of myself. So go do that, and also
Yeah.
subscribe to our newsletter, and you will get a beautiful email from us when we send it to you. But love y'all for watching and for listening. Anything else, Brigethia?
No, that's it.
All right.
right,
Love you.
cool.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon. Until next time,
Time,
cocktails and culture.